it's a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, right? She's got a Republican legislature, both houses. She came in with a very ambitious agenda, of course, and had made, I think, too much of the roads issue, really narrowed her entire campaign down to this idea of fix the damn roads, which gave Republicans an opportunity to stonewall her and to say, well, we're not going to even entertain that. And then I think she compounded the issue with the 45-cent gas tax, which didn't even have Democratic support or popular support. And that sort of led to a real rocky start in some ways. She does have some things that she's gotten done. Insurance reform, which was a hangover from the last administration, is now in place.
It was forced on her.
It was forced on her. The final solution was forced on her, but the idea that she got it done, that matters. She started a conversation about the roads, of course, in the budget, but doesn't have anything to show there in terms of a victory. I think she's got to really sit down and rethink her strategy for the next few years in terms of how she brings the legislature along with these things that they all agree they want to do, but she's got to play the politics better.
Well, and that's what's surprising to me. Her, she ran as this experienced Lansing hand. She had been in the legislature. She'd been a legislative leader, and the pitch was she knew how to work the system. And man, she really made some severe miscalculations in dealing with the legislature. Yeah, she's dealing with a Republican legislature that is, not on the same page as she is, but she's handled them so poorly. I think both in the insurance issue and in the budget deal. That veto she did, thinking that she could force them back to the table, that blew up in her face, and now it's causing a lot of harm. I know she recently reshuffled her legislative staff. I think that's a good idea. She needs better liaisons between the legislature and herself, because as you said, they want the same things. It's how to get there. I mean, and there was no reason for that for her to walk away from the table on this road deal. When it appeared that she wasn't going to get all she wanted, she should have taken an incremental deal,
right?
And got something done.
I had every reason to believe that the Republicans would have gone along with, a 15 or 20 cent gas tax hike as a way of saying, okay, well, we'll get that, and now let's try some of the things that they wanted to do, some of the cost-cutting things and efficiencies, and then you come back and get another bite at the apple. It seemed, one of the things that I think early administrations make the mistake of is thinking that first 12 months, you've got to get all of the things that you said you would do done. And that there isn't this sort of elongated look at strategy and planning. You also got to figure the first 2 years are one part of your term, but then the legislature turns over and you have an opportunity to do some other things.
Well, maybe it does or maybe it doesn't. I mean,
but you could help with that if you made it seem as though that were the problem. If people thought that their local legislators were the hindrance to the road solution, you might get some.
I disagree. I mean, I don't think the legislature is going to turn over because they didn't pass this 45-cent gas tax. Yeah. She didn't sell that tax.
It could turn over because it's a big Democratic year. I mean, you never know, right?
It could, but you can't rely on that. I mean, she can't spend 2 years just saying, "Oh, those stinking Republicans." She's got to make some progress. She's got to figure out a way to work with them and get some common ground on some issues.
Yeah, I mean, I think going forward, what you want her to do is have a staff that has relationships with staffs over in the Capitol, right?
I think that's what she's trying to do now.
That's a hard thing to manage. Rick Snyder, who didn't have the ideological barrier with the legislature, had just as tough a time in the second term that he had in office, getting Republican legislators to do some of the things that he wanted to do because the agenda turned more to investment than cutting. I mean, ultimately, some of this is about the nature of the GOP and its insistence that there is no investment agenda that's worth talking about.
If you look at, her problem has been as much with Democrats as it has with Republicans.
She has not gotten her own caucus in line.
And that's curious, and that's worrisome because, there's no point trying to convert the Republicans if you can't get your own Party.
You can't even put pressure
They're
on
not
them.
going to be the ones who step out and take the risk.
Yeah.